15 Big Reasons Why Jesus is Not God. Matthew 24:36 No one knows about that day or hour, not even the Son, but the Father only. Here Jesus makes a distinction between what he knows and what the Father knows. Matthew 26:39 My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as thou wilt. Jesus' will is likewise autonomous from God's will. Jesus is seeking acquiescence to God's will. John 5:26 For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son to have life in himself. Jesus received his life from God. God received his life from no one. He is eternally self-existent. John 5:30 By myself, I can do nothing, I judge only as I hear, and my judgment is just, for I seek not to please myself but him who has sent me. Jesus says, by myself, I can do nothing. This indicates that Jesus is relying upon his own relationship with God. He is not trying to please myself but rather is seeking to please the one who sent me. John 5:19 The Son can do nothing by himself, he can do only what he sees the Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son does also. Jesus declares that he is following a pattern laid down by God. He is expressing obedience to God. Mark 10:18 Why do you call me good? No one is good, except God alone. Here Jesus emphatically makes a distinction between himself and God. John 14:28 The Father is greater than I. This is another strong statement that makes a distinction between Jesus and God. 8. Matthew 6:9 Our Father, which art in heaven. He didn't pray, Our Father, which art standing right here. 9. Matthew 27:46 My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Inconceivable if he is God the Creator. 10. John 17:21-23 That all of them may be one, Father, just as you are in me, and I am in you. May they also be in us so that the world may believe that you have sent me. That they may be one as we are one, I in them and you in me. In this prayer Jesus defines the term to be one. It is clearly accomplished through the relationship of two autonomous beings. Christian believers are to model their relationship to become one after the relationship of God and Christ as God and Christ are one. Notice that to be one does not mean to be one and the same. 11. 1 Corinthians 15:27-28 For he has put everything under his feet. Now when it says that everything has been put under him, it is clear that this does not include God himself, who put everything under Christ. When he has done this, then the Son himself will be made subject to him who put everything under him, so that God may be all in all. Paul declares that God put everything under Christ, except God himself. Instead, God rules all things through Christ. Remember, through him all things were made. 12. Hebrews 1:3 The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being. Jesus is the exact representation of his being. I send my representative to Congress. He is not me, myself. He is my representative. 13. Hebrews 4:15 Compared with James 1:13 For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are yet without sin. Jesus has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet he never sinned. See James 1:13, When tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt. Jesus was tempted in every way, but God cannot be tempted. This is why Jesus said, Don't call me good, none are good, only God. 14. Hebrews 5:7-9 During the days of Jesus' life on earth, he offered up prayers and petitions with loud cries and tears to the one who could save him from death, and he was heard because of his reverent submission. Although he was a son, he learned obedience from what he suffered and, once made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him. Jesus had to walk a course of faith and obedience in order to achieve perfection. By achieving perfection, Jesus became the leader of his people. 15. Jesus is God yet he says he has brothers, sisters, and mother below. In Mark 3:35, Jesus said, Whoever does God's will is my brother and sister and mother. Can God have brothers, sisters, and mothers?